He's reaching for the end dog. We got an end dog above us. Where is it? I don't see a near end dog. I have an end og mark. Well, I don't have any end dog marked on my chart. I only mark end og. Yesterday's settlement price is pretty far from us, aligning with Asian low 22,892. Yeah, I don't care about the end dogs. I really don't.
Actually,
for me, it's
இன்னைக்கு
only
மண்டே
NOG I
வீக்கெண்ட்
see on
முடிஞ்சு
chart.
மண்டே ஓப்பன் ஆச்சு. போன வாரம் லைவ் வரல
Yes,
ஃபுல்லாக.
our current NOG is coming again.
ஸோ இன்னைக்கு மார்க்கெட் கண்டிஷன்ஸ் பார்க்கும்போது ஓவராலாக மார்னிங் மிட் நைட் ஓப்பன்லேருந்து ஒரு கன்சால்டேஷன், லண்டன் செஷன் 2:30லேருந்து ஒரு எக்ஸ்பேன்ஷன் அண்ட் அகைன் ஒரு கன்சல்டேஷனில் இருக்குது மார்க்கெட்டு. ஸோ நமக்கு லிக்விடிட்டின்னு பார்க்கும்போது இது ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டி மார்க் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். இது ஒரு நேற்று நியூயார்க் ஏஎம் செஷனோட, ஆக்சுவலாக நியூயார்க் செஷனோட ஹை இது. அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இது 8:30 செஷனோட ஒரு ஹை மார்க் பண்ணலை. இருந்தாலும் இதுவும் நல்ல ஒரு ஹையாக ஆக்ட் ஆகும். என்ன ஜஸ்ட் அதையும் மார்க் பண்ணிப்போம். 2 லிக்விடிட்டி இருக்குது. லெட்ஸ் வெயிட் அண்ட் சி. நமக்கு ஹைன்னு பார்க்கும்போது இதுவும் ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டியாக ஆக்ட் ஆகும். இந்த லோ as of now sell side liquidity மார்க் பண்ணியாச்சு. இந்த ஒரு ரெட் கலர், என்ன கலர் இது, ரெட் கலரில் உள்ளது. அண்ட் ஆல்சோ இது ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டி. பார்ப்போம் ஃபஸ்ட் இதை எடுக்குதான்னு பார்ப்போம். நல்ல ஒரு இது இருக்குது. மேபி இது வரையும் வந்துட்டு இங்கேருந்து ஒரு ரிவர்சல் தர சான்ஸ் இருக்கு மார்க்கெட். பார்ப்போம். வெயிட் அண்ட் சி. ஹையர் டைம் ஃப்ரேம் பார்க்கும்போது ஃபிஜி இருக்குது.
Analysis was on point. Our bias, I think, also on point, which is bearish.
இது வந்து எஸ்டர்டே வெள்ளிக்கிழமையோட ப்ரீ மார்க்கெட் செஷன் ஹையே. ஸோ அதிக சான்ஸு இந்த லிக்விடிட்டி எடுத்துட்டு நமக்கு இங்கே ஒரு நியூ வீக் ஓப்பனிங் கேப் ஒன்று இருக்குது. இப்போ நமக்கு ஹையர் டைம் ஃப்ரேமில் பார்க்கும்போது லெட்ஸ் சி பார்ப்போம். இன்றைக்கி லோ ப்ராபபிலிட்டி மாதிரி தான் இருக்குது மார்க்கெட். ஏன்னா நேற்று வந்து பெரிய ஒரு வெள்ளிக்கிழமை. ஸோ இன்னைக்கு ஏஎம் செஷன் ஓப்பனிங் ஆகும்போது ஒரு சாப்பியாக இருக்கவும் சான்சஸ் இருக்குது. இருந்தாலும் பார்ப்போம். நமக்கான ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு 1:2 ஆர்ஆர்லாம் வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது.
It makes a lot of sense after we trade at 23,031 becoming bullish, right? We have a huge gap from it's not looking that bearish. It's not looking like it will clear out Friday's low. Friday low coming at 22,775, right? 20 Friday's low is getting taken out. It doesn't look like, but it looks like a lot of support coming pretty soon once we clear out these. We'll see. Sub roll, good roll, good. What do you think about getting only 10 points consistently on NQ? Is it a good strategy for winner? You can try it. I don't know. You can try it, but how are you going to be managing your stop loss? Because usually a single candle on NQ is just 30 points, 30 to 50 points on average. Recently, like this
3.5 minutes இருக்கு. 26:30
right? And
3 நிமிஷம் 3 நிமிஷம் இருக்கு.
8 to 10 points on average in each of these candles.
வந்து எடுத்தவனே கீழே வந்துச்சுன்னா நமக்கு இங்கேருந்து ஏதாவது கன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கிடைச்சா பைக் இது வரைக்கும் பார்க்கலாம். ஆனால் நமக்கு செல் கிடைக்கிறது பெஸ்ட்டாக இருக்கும்.
You don't have to say it. If you think it's bullish, keep your analysis with you. What people care here to see what I give as an analysis. You can always have an opposite analysis. You are okay with it and trust yours. If you think it's bullish, you don't have to say it on chat to make it valid. right? It can be bullish, it can be bearish. Nobody knows 100%. So if you don't know 100% if it's gonna be bullish or bearish, don't bother saying anything related to the direction of chart. Just watch what I do. If I make mistakes, I'm okay with it. If I take a winning trade, then we'll learn from my analysis, and that's what you are here for. All right. So yeah, 10 points. Oh, mommy. If I have to do it, then I don't think I'll do it. Minimum 30 points. But I see Patrick doing it, so you can check out Patrick Wieland on YouTube. I think he goes for around 5 to 10 points on average. Average his trades
ஒரு
are
2
like
மினிட்ஸ்
this, so you
இருக்குது
can watch how he
மார்க்கெட் ஓப்பன் ஆக.
manages. But I don't
ஆனால்
have any
ஆல்ரெடி
idea how
மார்க்கெட் நல்ல
I
ஒரு
will do
மூவ்மெண்ட்
it.
கொடுக்குது. பார்ப்போம். இந்த லிக்விடிட்டி நல்ல ஒரு லிக்விடிட்டி தான். ஃப்ரைடே
Right. So
ப்ரீ
look at the
மார்க்கெட்
stop
செஷனோட
loss.
ஹை
On
இது.
average, it's gonna be
பார்ப்போம்.
10 to 20 points on NQ. If it's a
ஒரு
volatile day, then the stop loss on average is 25 to 30 points. So even though you make 10 points, if price reverses, right, then you are in a short. Suppose you will take a huge L. So I don't think that's a good strategy to go for. And I think you are scared. And you are scared because you were okay to just blow accounts. I know it, right? You have a lot of money and you're just gonna go buy some evolution account. And as I told you, if you keep doing it, your psychology will be ruined and you will be very scared. And honestly, you are telling me to just go for a 10 point. Is that a good strategy? Because you are scared to hold for longer trades. Why? Because you ruined your psychology last week. You just did not follow any rules. You just traded more than 2 setups a day per session. Not a day. I don't know how many you traded, probably a lot more than that. So first you have to believe it's not all random. There are high probability setups that exist. Your trading will have to be rule bound, very disciplined, and you will not make it until 1 year passes. You will not be able to make consistent money. Even if you get a payout, I think you will just give it all back to the market. And yeah, so the correct strategy to follow: discipline, be patient, and guaranteed you will not be able to quit your job before 1 year. And your experience is only 3 months. So you are not
ஓகே.
following the
லிக்விடிட்டி
correct process. Were you
ஸ்வீப்
on demo
ஆயிருச்சு.
account ever
எஸ்டர்டே
for
ஏஎம் செஷனோட
a week?
லிக்விடிட்டி
You were not.
அண்ட் ஆல்சோ
You
9:30
also
ஓப்பன்
don't follow
ஆயிருச்சு
any
ப்ரைஸு.
rules. You are not disciplined. You are
மார்க்
not
பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
patient. Your trading is not rule
8:30
bound.
ஓப்பன்.
You just go for unlimited setups because you have money to burn
ஓகே.
on
மார்க்
evolution
பண்ணியாச்சு.
account. So
நல்ல ஒரு மூமெண்ட் இருக்குது ஓப்பன்
yeah,
ஆனோடனே. ரெகுலர்
that's
ட்ரேடிங்
what I
வியூஸ்.
would say. So 9:30, candle open bullish, and let's see what happens. We have a devil's mark up there to clear out, but I'm already expecting some
சரியான
resistance.
கேப்பாக இருக்குது.
Pretty much happened as I was expecting. 9:30 delivered that bullish candle, while we have a lot of
ஓகே. இது வந்து
targets to take on sell side, so we'll see. But the SMTs are
ஓப்பனிங் ரேஞ்ச் கேப் ஆக்சுவலாக இப்போ மார்க் பண்ணது எஸ்டர்டே
going
க்ளோசிங் வந்து
out. We are about to get a purge at 6,310 on ES. So we
லாக்
won't have
பண்ணிட்டு
any bearish SMTs. We'll have to look for some new SMTs, I guess. But let's see if this one holds.
மார்க் பண்ணியாச்சு.
I'm pretty bearish. You can be bullish only once.
லிக்விடிட்டி
And if you are
எடுத்துருச்சு.
bullish, go for a
பார்ப்போம்
bullish
ஏதாவது ஒரு
trade.
கன்ஃபர்மேஷன். இதுவும்
You
எடுக்க
don't have to
சான்ஸ்
say it to
இருக்குது.
me. I
நமக்கு
am in this
இதில்
scenario
பார்க்கும்போது
extremely bearish.
இது
And my
எடுக்கலை.
high probability
ஸ்டில்
target, as I've said it before, 23,031. So what I'm gonna do here, wait for a short. If it doesn't happen, then we just keep moving higher. I'm okay to be wrong. I'm not here to be correct or wrong. I'm here to perform better than Friday. Right? Friday we had a winning trade, so let's see if we can take another winning trade today. Looks like it already wanna reverse. Pretty huge. Alright, let's measure our risk. It's reversing. I think it's gonna be high probability if we take a setup from the breaker block. Right, we had a lot of inversion before, and it's 9:30. A little bit of safety net for us, not gonna do any bad. So if price is not forming any better inversion or PDA, then I would like to take a trade from here. And if we move much higher, if we clear out the devil's mark, then I would like to take a short from somewhere there. Let's see. Is it giving me a nice risk today? 355, yes. Nice risk. Even with two cons, 0.45, $700. Not bad, not bad. This price action in terms of risk, managing stop loss looks good, but there's no SMT anymore. No more SMTs. This looks like a nice key level to go for a short from, with a stop loss at 23,098-ish level around here. Dow, look at, yeah, Dow looks like just delivered NFP. And surprisingly, during NFP day, we had not seen a delivery like this. Right, Dow is very, very, very bullish.
ஸ்டில்
Very, very bullish.
லிக்விடிட்டிலாம் எடுத்துருச்சு
Well, we
பார்ப்போம்.
left all of these equal lows below us, right? And there was no reach at 50% of the overnight range. So let's wait. It looks like they're just trying to feel that Friday's regular trading hour gap. Right, our today's regular trading hour gap also looks like pretty huge, so it makes a lot of sense for us to go lower. Now let's see. 50% of Friday's regular trading hour range coming at 23,206. But I'm gonna do it like this. Lower quadrant aligning with the devil's mark. So I think if we end up purging that devil's mark from 5-minute chart, right, we got a nice devil's mark here. This will be my high probability resistance key level. If we're not getting a resistance from here, then likely from the 50%. One stage delivery, as I see it, there was no clean Judas even before 9:30. This accumulation phase, we just left it without a manipulation. Same thing on ES. There's no purge on ES either. So manipulation did not happen below this accumulation range. And if I zoom out, there's also no manipulation below this accumulation phase. So all that is due. Why we are pushing higher then? Well, because of that Friday's regular trading hour gap. Devil's mark about to get traded. 50% of regular trading hour gap from Friday aligning with it. But I don't know from where I can go for a short now. It's too aggressively volatile, and there's nothing that we printed. Right, so we'll have to wait. Patience, patience, patience. This is a chasing delivery. People will end up chasing it. Now, for me to take a long, I'll at least have to see a purge below it. If price just remain bullish today, I don't think I'll have a trade. I don't want to go against it, against all of this. Sell stop.
மார்க்கெட் நல்ல ஒரு பை.
high.
இந்த லிக்விடிட்டி தான் நம்ம மார்க் பண்ண லிக்விடிட்டிக்கு வந்துட்டுருக்கு. பார்ப்போம். ஏதோ கண்டினியூஷன் என்ட்ரி ஒன்றுமே கொடுக்கல. அப்படியே பை ஆகி போயிட்டுருக்கு. ஓகே, இங்கே ஒரு ஃபேர் வேல்யூ கேப் ஃபஸ்ட் ப்ரெசன்டட் ஃபேர் வேல்யூ கேப் வரப்போகுது. ஸோ அதை மார்க் பண்ணிவிட்டு கலர் சேஞ்ச் கொடுத்துடலாம்.
It already made it to the 4-hour BC, or about to, yeah. So the swing high also aligning with that CB, not BC, CB's 4-hour CB.
Lock பண்ணிட்டு ஓகே டன்.
Well, our overall bias was bullish. We just wanted to see it reaching at the 50% or delivering below these equal lows. It seems like we just wanted to be bullish today. Well, I'm still gonna be expecting short, but this delivery is not looking that good. This whole bullish delivery at 9:30. I've seen this
ஓகே.
type of
இந்த
delivery
லிக்விடிட்டியும்
before.
எடுத்துருச்சு மார்க்கெட்டு.
Opening journal,
இனி அடுத்தது
and
இது ஒரு
this is
50
the exact same
சான்சஸ்
delivery
ஆர்
on a
தேர்
Monday
இங்கே
that
இல்லை
causes
இந்த ரேஞ்சுக்கு
us
வரதுக்கு.
to chop
நியூ வீக் ஓப்பனிங்
after
கேப் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ ஃப்ரைடே
this 9:30
ஓப்பனிங்
delivery. So likely
ரேஞ்ச்
will
கேப்
remain
ஓட
very
மிட்டு.
bullish, and if we are not seeing any resistance from here, then
இது என்ன
yeah, that's
பண்ணுது?
not a good day.
இந்த ரேஞ்சை வந்து ப்ரைஸ் எடுக்கலை. ஸோ எஸ்எம்டி இங்கே கிளியராக இருக்குது.
Omami try ES 4-5 points, probably much easier. I see he has a playlist called Ends made about it. Yes, if you can consistently pull it out, but first you have to test it on a demo account. The thing is, Omami will go there with the evolution account. Again, emotion is attached. So even if it's like the world's best strategy, you won't be able to do it. Yes, that's the wise option. That's the best option. Backtest it, and then go on a demo account, see if you can do it consistently for a week. If you can do it, then plan to invest some more money on evolution account, right? That's gonna be the best option. Best option. We have Porsche 23167 traded inside 4-hour CB, but nothing yet. If it's an aggressive drop, I'm not in it. If it's those type of delivery like we aggressively drop, then I don't even care to take a trade there. But what I like to see a little bit of chop here. We are about to done with this macro. So before 950, I like to see a little bit of chop and then a good manipulation. And if it does this, then I have a trade. From this key level. Otherwise, I don't see any short from this key level yet. In terms of risk management, I don't know where I can put my stop loss. So not the best place to go for a short.
ஸோ இந்த
Right.
எஸ்டர்டே
So
ப்ரீ
my
மார்க்கெட் செஷனோட
advice
இது
for
எடுத்துருச்சு
Omami and for
மார்க்கெட்டு.
everybody else
So
who are like Omami or has less experience will be, you have to be honest with yourself. Omami is just not honest with himself, right? You have to be honest with yourself because you are not so good at controlling yourself. So my advice would be journal. Again, there's nothing that can replace a good journal, and especially your emotion. And you will see, you know all about strategy, but again, you don't know how to control yourself, and that's where majority of the people lack. And if you are looking for like 10 points, then I would say it's because you are scared. It's because I think last week you blew the account, and it's because you are not disciplined. Otherwise, who would just go for a 10 point? That's not consistent. I don't think I ever did that, but I don't think it's gonna be consistent if you just go for a 10 point in terms of stop loss. Yeah, I just don't see it because I've never backtested it. But what I would recommend for everybody, just to journal your emotional side of trading, how you are feeling before you take a trade. If you're scared, then that's your problem. That's the strategy you wanna crack, right? If you're scared, then it's a backtesting problem. It's a confidence problem. You have not seen your strategy working on chart much, right? So you'll have to backtest enough to solve that problem, solve that issue. If you are like feeling FOMO, then again, confidence problem. You have not seen your setup enough repeating. That's why you were feeling FOMO. Likely it's not gonna repeat after. Likely I'm not gonna see a plus setup like this. So yeah, all of this problem will be solved with experience, and with 3 months of experience, you will feel like you know enough. There's a holy grail that exists, and Honestly, it's never like that. No holy grail exists. There's no strategy that can make you profitable unless and until you become disciplined. You follow proper risk management and your trading is rule based, like 2 trades a day. That's the max number of trades you can take if you are trading on a funded account, right? If you want to keep that funded account, if you have a lot of money to burn, then go for as many trades you want. But I would say rule based trading is what will solve your problem. Otherwise, nothing will. But there are guys who trade 10 points, 5 points, like as I said, Patrick Whelan. He's very good, very, very good at it, but he also loses a lot. When he loses big. So you can check how he does it. Also, Matt trades by Matt, Donny Broca, yes, trades by Matt. He also does the same thing, 5 to 10 points. So it's possible, but if you ask me how to do it, I don't know. Other people do it, and you can check them out. They do stream live trades by Matt and then Patrick will then let's say
50%
let's say
ஸ்டில் இங்கே இருக்குது பார்ப்போம்.
50%. It's 50% of regular trading or gap at 23,206. We're just about to tap into it. Now, the thing is, you have to be honest with yourself, right? And if you are looking for 10 points, why are you looking for 10 points? There will be greed. You just want to do it quickly. You just want to find holy grail. You just want to quit your 9 to 5 fast, and that's not gonna happen. So only you are looking for 10 points run because of all these things. You are not confident in your system. So again, if even if you pull out 10 point consistently, pull out like once in a while or a couple of times, I don't think long term you can do it. Why? You have not tracked yourself, and if you lose a little bit more than you can afford to lose, after that you are out of control. You just won't be able to control yourself. You end up taking more than you can afford to lose. And with that strategy, like you target 10 points, your stop loss is 10 points. It's easy to do. It's easy to like just lose your shit and then go for more trades to get back what you lost, right? So that's what I think Umami will end up doing, or everybody who is just looking for a shortcut. There's no shortcut. What I do, you can copy paste it, go for a partial if you think it's not gonna reach much lower or higher into your target, then go for a partial, secure your partial, move your stop loss to break even, and then that's the best option. That's the best option, right?
ஓ அகைன் போயிடுச்சு. 50% மார்க்கெட் டேப் ஆயிடுச்சு கரெக்டாக.
I don't really
ஸோ
want to do it. I'm just asking because I saw some people who do it on YouTube and they keep saying, "Oh yeah, and Smith that, and you need blah blah blah." No, just because some people say it, you don't want to do it, right? You first want to check it if you can do what they do, and your biggest problem right now is you are not disciplined. So even if you like, if you feel like you are disciplined, just because you have not done it enough long term, you will end up losing your patience. And I know it because I was like that. I was exactly like that. I thought I know enough, and I started doing it, and I was disciplined for a week, and then I lost big, and then I was not disciplined anymore. I just went for as many trades as I could. What do I think? Nice trade, nice trade, King. Post on Twitter this one. Alright, you will get more nice on Twitter. But that's a nice trade. Not many of us took a long. How many of you took a long? I see Kane and then Jamal took a long. Web took a long. Good guys, good for you. gonna hide these key levels, that these are not important anymore. And I don't like this delivery at all. It's just a no news Monday, and every journal telling me chop is due right now. I don't think it will just offer us anything good. I don't like this huge expansion. And I also have a note about it. Let me check. Let me find that note. I think I had shared it inside the group. It happened. The thing is, it happened. The same delivery happened so many times, and then it triggered chop. So I just want to share it. I'm not expecting chop, but if it happens, then I just want to be careful, right? And it looks like it's happening like this. Look at this, bro. Umami, be respectful, all right? You don't have to disrespect somebody. Be respectful. So the note here, aggressive distribution from 8:30 or 9:30 till 11:30 or 11 is a signature from price that indicates your other session gonna be choppy. So I would like to see price breaking out from the chop, or like giving us a reversal by 10:30. All right, that's how much I understand price. If it's not giving us anything by 10:30, likely we will end up just ranging like this. I wanted to see a little bit of bullish delivery at 9:30, but this I was not expecting this, and it now makes sense because of the regular trading hour gap we had from Friday. But it also never made sense for us to move higher without a clean purge below this key level. But it is what it is. That's it. Can we review the AMD at 9:30? 7:30 looks like a manipulation lag. Not to me. So there's nothing to
நல்ல
review.
ஒரு
This whole
எக்ஸ்பென்ஷன்
range I
மேலேக்கு
saw
அப்படியே
is
நடந்துருச்சு.
accumulation phase
அப்போ இது மார்க்
that has
பண்ணி
manipulation due below it. Now, can price keep this type of accumulation phase like this and do larger manipulation? It can. On 15 minutes. Yeah, on 15 minutes it has done. Yeah, on 15 minutes it did. Like, look at this accumulation, then manipulation. But in that manipulation, we have also generated a lot of equal lows. So if you are looking like that, then yes. Yes, but this manipulation, why I didn't consider it as a manipulation, because it still left equal lows. There was no SMT, and same key level had equal low on ES, right? So if you look like this, deep sync Jew, then yes, there was a power of three. There was a clean accumulation before 9:30, around 6:30ish level, 6:30, and then 7 we did manipulation a couple of times inside the key level. But even though I had a bullish bias, I would expect to see at 9:30 we clearing out these sell stops. So if you give me the same scenario again, and you hide this 9:30 delivery, and you ask me what I'm gonna expect to do here, again short, right? So I'll wait. I don't have a bias anymore. I had a bias before all of this push. I'll just like to be neutral. And again, I'm expecting this. This is the 50% of regular trading hour range. So I wanna see something like this happening here. That will give me a trade if the scenario is not looking like this, and if we just end up dropping lower. Not a trade for me, not a scenario that I'll go for a trade. But if we do end up chopping a little bit at this 50% of regular trading hour, did I mark it correctly? Let me double check if the markings are at least correct. Yes, I think I marked it correctly. 50% aligning with 23, 2 or 10. But let's see, guys, what happens here. I don't have a bias here, honestly, neutral. if we end up chopping a little bit here, I'm expecting a little bit of chop, right? A little bit of chop at this key level, then clean manipulation, and we go below that chop, have a trade. But I wanted to see a bearish SMT. We don't have it. We don't have any bearish SMT from higher time frame. Literally nothing. So what I would like to see, let's go take a look at a 15-minute time frame. This coming as a gap, or I would like to see it remaining like this huge gap, and then I can expect take a trade toward expecting the gap to get filled. Right, huge imbalance. Looks like price printed it for a purpose, and the purpose is to fill the gap. But if they just drop now, I don't have a trade, and I don't think they're gonna drop now. They likely would want to conform this whole thing and then do it. More devil's mark here, and it's doing pretty much what I wanted to see. Now let's see if it does chop or gives us another expansion. More expansion will trigger longer chop, so don't want to see that. Would like to see we are chopping now. If we don't chop now and we trigger like expansion, I think we won't have a trade anymore for today. So don't want to see that happening. Upper quadrant of NQs. Friday's regular trading hour gap coming at 23,269. Let's say. Another expansion. Now, once they confirm that 50-minute gap, right, it will be confirmed in 4 minutes. What I'll do, I'll measure this gap. I think we'll get this gap. So 50% of this gap will be our highest probability draw. And it's also aligning with the breaker. So once I get that short, likely this will be the target 23,143-ish level, but we're not even stopping with the expansion.
ஆக்சுவலாக இந்த நியூ வீக் ஓப்பனிங் கேப் வந்துடுச்சு, இந்த 50% வந்துடுச்சு. ஆக்சுவலாக இன்றைக்கி என்ன நமக்கு என்ட்ரி கொடுக்காம ப்ரைஸ் அப்படியே பை ஆகிட்டுருக்கு. ஓகே, சாப் மார்க்கெட் இன்றைக்கி சாப்பி மார்க்கெட்டை எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணோம், ஆனால் பரவாயில்ல, மார்க்கெட் டைரெக்டாகவே நல்ல ஒரு எக்ஸ்பென்ஷன் கொடுத்துட்டான்.
Looks very nice. There's a devil's market 954 candle. It's not such a huge chop phase, chop range, right? I wanted to see a little bit more chop here, but it's okay. We delivered what we delivered. Now let's see if it can give us an inversion at 950 macro. There's also a SMT with Dow. $50-minute candle closing in 3 minutes. Likely I will pass on this short. If we get an inversion here, I'll pass it and wait until the next 15-minute candle opens. As I've said, I want to see that gap getting confirmed. So before it does, I don't want to take a trade. I don't want to see they're giving me inversion. But once the gap is confirmed, and then if I get a scenario like this, I'm happy with it and I'll take it. Aren't you going to wait until 1020 macro? Why would I? If it gives me a setup now what I want to see, I will take it. It's inside macro. But if it does not give that to me right now, then we are waiting for 1050, 1020 macro, 1050 macro, Guru net. and this very likely will trigger chop, such a huge expansion on Monday, and same exact scenario on Monday happened before. And I've shared what the journal tells, but we'll see. We never retested first presented today. Where is it? First presented gap coming at 935. So which key with which key level is aligning with? 50% off. Yeah, looks like a very nice draw on liquidity. Very nice draw for upcoming short. But again, this whole push higher will trigger a chop, so I don't think we'll get a setup as early as I thought. Okay, one more question. 4 hour and 1 hour candles are bullish. Does that have any influence that we should avoid the opposite side, opposite direction trade? Just because they're bullish, do we consider our bias based on that or based on target, based on three liquidity pools, unfit gaps, equal highs, equal lows, and what did I left? Equal highs, equal lows, trendline liquidity. Yeah, trendline liquidity. I forgot that. So these three high probability liquidity pools are where below us. A lot of huge unfilled gap. So Guru Net, one thing you will see different in my trading compared to other people. If I'm bearish, majority of the time I'm bearish when price is bullish. If I'm bullish, then majority of the time I'm bullish when price is bearish. When it's printing bearish candle, right? So that's how I see it. And all of this, again, I've seen it before. While price keeps this liquidity below us, so likely we're not gonna try to reach below here. Again, we need so much more volatility to push below this key level, and we have a very high probability, very big news coming out after the closure. Again, as I've said, Palantir earnings report, $10 billion deal with Palantir. So likely we will leave all the volatility for the closure after we close today. So the gap is confirmed, and there's a devil's mark here at 23,190-ish level. And I think Guru Net, you have been watching me for a while. You have been watching me on YouTube as well, right? So based on what I decide the bias, always this three liquidity pool, unfilled gaps, equal highs, equal lows, and trendline liquidity, then again chop phase, like accumulation phase, will dictate where I see price going. Right? Just because it's printing bullish candle doesn't mean we're bullish. At least that's not how I see it. Nothing so far. And suppose I'm bullish, Guru Net. You saw me trading, taking setup right before. Do you think I'll have a trade here? I don't. The rules that I follow for a setup to take is not there. They're not giving me a purge below swing lows. There's a lot of unfilled gaps, so not a trading scenario for me. But if you feel like you are missing out, then do take longs. There are people who are taking longs. Do look at Donny Block, and then Jamal also took a long. Kane, right? So if you're feeling FOMO, do execute. Likely will take it, make money. Don't wait for me. I'm not feeling any FOMO, zero emotion attached. So if you're feeling FOMO, if you feel like you're missing out, go for it. You don't have to wait for me to take a setup. Nice one, Tony Blocker. Nice one. Nice one. But let's see from where we want to reverse.
இது ஆக்சுவலாக ப்ரீவியஸ் டேயோட ஹையே மார்க் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Now, a question you can ask me, am I not feeling FOMO for longs? No, because I know what I'm looking for, and I've seen this type of scenario a lot before, right? So in my eye, the highest probability thing for price to do is a short here in this scenario. Now, that's what I think. That's what I've seen talking from my experience. Does price will have to do it? Nope. So that's how I'm controlling emotion, especially FOMO, because my setups are not there. The things that I look for are not there yet. And my whole life I've traded on fill gaps as a target, equal highs, equal lows. So it's never going to be me who's going against it. So I'll just wait for the things to come, for the most common thing to repeat. And if it's not repeating, then I just go home without any trade. But what I do know, the most common, the most obvious thing for price to do is clear out sell stop to come for these imbalances. But that doesn't mean it's going to do that always. So that's why I'm also not feeling FOMO, because price will end up doing what it does most of the time, which is coming for equal highs and equal lows. And yeah, that is what my experience is. Market shows left hand but hit with right one. Discount of previous previous weekly candle is coming here at 23,309. Previous daily high also very close. More of devil's mark. I think once I get a short, this will be the target, 23,189. That's the low of that fair value gap from the 50-minute chart. It also has a devil's market. So it looks like a very easy target. Easily can give me a 2 hour. Like I'm climbing mountain with price, and price says to me, take my hand and I'll take you with me. But as soon as I give it my hand, it just dropped from there, taking me down with it too. No, like, as I've said, be honest with yourself. Is price telling you to ride it because you see your setup, or just because you see it going up? When it's going up, it's speaking to those who are impatient, who are feeling FOMO without your setup present here, right? So that's what it's speaking FOMO, is speaking greed, is speaking that's the best setup, take it. And that's noise. That's literally noise. You want to avoid that. That's your invisible trader. Right now you don't know how to differentiate between your invisible trader, your emotional trader, and your thinking trader, right? You all have two minds, thinking mind and emotional mind. So that takes some time, friend, to make a difference between them. Now I know it, and the talks of invisible trader are not that loud in my mind, right? I know what I'm looking for. I know how to differentiate in between it. But if you feel like price is telling you to take a long when the scenario is like this, you literally listening to your invisible trader, because your setup is not present here. If you're learning to trade from me, there's nothing that I could have taken ever. There's no setup present that I teach. Probably something different. Some of you took that setup, but again, not the way I teach. So if you are learning from me, then I would say something to time. Trust what I'm teaching you. Trust what you are seeing, and look for those things. If you don't see it on chart and you still feel like chart is telling you to take a setup, then that's your emotional mind speaking, because of FOMO, because of greed, because you feel like you're not gonna see a high probability setup like this after, right? Easy money. Now, as I've said, long, the price was down here. This is generating chasing mentality, right? and that's how you know. You don't want to listen to your emotional mind when things are like this. You want to be patient, just like me, and you want to look for what you have seen before, right? So you have to be honest with yourself. Majority, 95% of the people here are just not honest with themselves. They think they know better, they back tested enough, and that's so wrong. You don't know enough. I don't know enough. We all are a student of chart every day. And when you think like that, and when you look at chart with the open mind that I don't know enough, I don't want to do something in rush, I don't want to do something foolish because I paid price before. Now your mind will never try to remember what you did wrong before if you don't have a journal. All right. In GuruNet, you don't have a journal. I bet on this. You don't have, oh, mommy, don't have a journal where you guys journal your emotion, and you guys are looking for shortcut. Why? Your mind just wants to believe it's gambling. All right. Gambling, and you can do it without learning it properly, without journaling, and you can do it. You have to journal, and when you journal, you will see all your problems are coming from your emotional mind, right? And one by one, you will have to solve it. But if you don't journal, your mind will always try to start fresh. You don't try to remember the pain or what you did make, where you make a mistake. It will never try to go through that, and that's why you will feel FOMO. I'm not feeling FOMO because I know I made a mistake by chasing price like that. So here, let's see what happens. This is the first push, but this will not give me a setup because of the opposing target that we left above it. So now what if it does drop lower? How would I feel in that scenario? I'm with peace with myself that if it has opposing liquidity, there's no setup for me. There's no trade for me. So let's see what it does. It's not looking like a short yet without a purge. So I would like to see this. A little bit of chop, just like before. And it's not, I don't see this short, so I'm not going to outline anything for you. What I want to see is this, and this will give me a setup. Patience is discipline. If you are not disciplined, even if you make money luckily today, you will end up giving it. And you don't know it that you end up giving back everything you make to the market because you are not journaling. Once you take a L, how does your mind behave? You just want to forget that L quickly, right? You never feel like you want to go through that L. It's too much pain. You never feel like I want to journal that L, and that's exactly where the progress will happen. But the devil never wants you to do that, right? The devil wants you to treat it like a gambling, waste your money, and then go home broke. And gambling is haram. In every religion, you cannot allow yourself to do gambling. So if you are, especially talking to Guru Nat, right? If you are feeling like the emotions that you are feeling, these are wrong emotions that trigger gambling mentality. The devil is speaking to you. It wants you to do gamble. It wants you to do everything that is haram, that is good for that is not good for you. So, as I've said, if your trading looks like gambling, then that's sinful, and you don't want to do that. Your trading will have to be rule bound, just as I'm doing it, right? It will have to treat it like a business, and in business, you wait for your customers to come, right? I always give example of American Cougar, and I've learned it from Randy Hall. If you guys have time, you can give a watch of his psychology videos on YouTube. So what he tells, we all have a cave mind mentality, right? We all have a cave mind mentality because our ancestors were like wanted to hunt as many prey as they can, because if they ever getting lost in a fight, they're dying. And that's exactly what mentality we bring into trading. If we take a loss, it feels like we're dying. Even if one loss doesn't trigger that, after two losses we feel it, after three losses we feel it. and that's something you don't want to feel. There should be no emotion attached to the outcome. And how can you solve it? Again, journaling, trusting in the system, remaining disciplined. Otherwise, if you hunt as many trades you can on in trading, it will work for you. It's not gonna work for you. You'll have to hunt less. You'll have to be like a sniper. Once your prey is there, once you see your shit, once you see your enemy, then you engage. Not before, right? And market will try to make you like by giving you like a very nice setup, which is not your setup, and it will make you tempting. Like sometimes I do feel it when their setup is B plus or B, but it looks very nice. I still don't take it, right? Because of I'm not afraid of missing a setup. I'm completely okay with missing a setup. I'm completely okay with not even executing a setup a day until and unless I see my A plus setup repeating on chart, right? And how am I able to do that? Because of journal, because I write down what emotions I'm feeling before a trade, after a trade, what emotion triggered that execution. If I executed based on fear, based on FOMO, I'll have to write it down. I'll have to be honest with yourself. Unless you become honest with yourself, you will never be able to consistently print money in trading. You'll have to be honest. You cannot let the devil inside you speak for yourself or dictate your decision. That invisible trader, the emotional mind, always will like to dictate your emotion. And look, how am I controlling it? By uh, drawing on chart what I believe can happen. Now, if this doesn't happen on chart, I'm just peace with myself that I'm okay with missing a setup if it's a long or short. I'm okay with missing it. Now, I think it's printing a long, right? And it looks like a long because there's the accumulation phase here, 10:15 outside macro. So, not gonna outline anything for you, but that's what it looks like. Accumulation, manipulation into that order block. It also cleared out some devil's mark, but yeah, it looks like a long, nice 1-to-1 long. We can tape read it from here with a stop loss. That's the first setup I'm outlining today. Is because the setup is coming after a purge. So if you guys were trading with me for a while, you know that's exactly what gives me a setup. Without a purge, like before, we never had a purge. And it's outside macro. Otherwise, I see a 101, right? If I have to rate it, I would say B type setup or B plus, easily B plus. Tape reading this one. Let's see what it does. Now, even if it was inside macro, I don't think I would go for it because of what I'm looking for shorts, but looks very good. This happens to you too, right? You took a trade, you stop loss it, and then price moves in the same direction. Yes, if it does that, I'm okay with it. Completely okay with it. And it happened with me so many times. And when it happens, I know that for that scenario, my stop loss is not working. For majority of the scenario, my stop loss does work. So in that day, I just remain patient. It happened with me during FOMC day, or also last week on Monday. So it happened 2 times last week. It traded into my stop loss and then reversed after. It happens. It happens. Possible SMT with ES. ES made a new high. It did made a new high. So we're just tape reading this long, guys. It looks very nice, and I think it will work. And let's say 1018, but after this, after we trade into the upper quadrant, this is the upper quadrant at 23 to 69. I would like to see if it reverses, but looks like 1-to-1 very much possible with this. We got a bearish SMT here with ES with Dow, and it did pretty much what I was expecting a couple of minutes prior. Right, this is what my expectation was. I can see a little bit of chop, better than before, and also can see some equal lows there. It has a SMT though. This swing low has a SMT. That's why I think this long will work. It has a SMT. Let's see what they do. For short, the best target gonna be 23,189. We're getting inside our next macros. I'm gonna hide this, and I'm gonna follow the new price action. And I think the long will work. Is still, in my eye, needs to deliver another purge on in Q at least because of the equal high. Last time I did not take a short, or even I did not outline a short. Why? Because of this equal high. So if this equal high remain on chart intact, I won't have a short. Even though there's a SMT, I won't have a short. So I would like to see that giving another purge, and for that, the long setup will have to work. And after I can take that short comfortably without even doubting it. So another purge. And I also like the fact that we retested again. So the way I see it, like this, right? It has manipulation due still above it. It doesn't matter if it has a SMT. I see target. It needs to be purged. So something like this, guys, and then we expect a distribution from there to the
ஓகே,
David's mark,
இன்னைக்கு
probably even lower, but
லைவ் கட்
that looks like
பண்ணிக்கிறேன்.
a very easy
மார்க்கெட்டு
target.
ஓவராலாக ஒரு
We can
புல்லிஷ்
hold
மொமெண்டம்
after it, but
கொடுத்துருச்சு. ஸோ
2 hours
பார்ப்போம்,
giving us
நாளைக்கு
a nice
செஷனில்
2 hour.
உட்காரலாம்.
Looks very good. And the way you see me